Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Longboard Blues, 1975. A YouTuber who's on the rise. Reviewing games rated I and sometimes friends. But Longboard Blues, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Long Boys Post 1975. It's Wednesday. I've just got back from work. Welcome to the Wednesday vlog. Now, it's another top 10, but there's a reason for this. I'm generally very surprised, and grateful at how well received the two previous videos were on the Spectrum, my 10 favourite games on the Spectrum, and my 10 favourite games on the Master System. And that I'm getting requests to do lists on all my favourite systems. Now, to be perfectly honest, it's a guilty pleasure because I can talk about my favourite games on my favourite systems till the cows come home. I can't believe I use that phrase because I have such great memories of them, and they make me feel such a great sense of nostalgia. And there's so much there's so many stories and memories attached to these games and these systems that it really does give me great pleasure to talk about them. So as I was requested to do another one, and another request was, well, what are yours on your PC Engine? So, because, much like my Master System version, we see that you've got lots of gameplays on the PC Engine. Now, the PC Engine, which is one of my favourite consoles of all time, is an interesting console to me because I never had one as a kid. I had a Mega Drive, as you know, I had a Japanese Mega Drive, but there's no denying that, the PC Engine was, cool. It was really cool. You used to see it in the magazines. I mean, a few people imported systems that I knew, but you never knew anyone who had a PC Engine. I do remember my mate at school, before his dad sent it back and bought an Amiga. His dad ordered him one for Christmas, a PC Engine, and as he was telling me, when he opened the box and saw how small it is, he sent it back. I mean, he was just like, how can it be any good? I mean, the PC Engine there was fantastic. I think I saw one once in the wild, which was when there were rumours to it to be released in the UK in CVG, and I saw an imported one in the model shop downtown Bristol with my mates. They weren't as familiar with consoles as I was then, or import ones, so they didn't understand why I stood there drooling at it and thinking, excuse me, oh my god, it's a PC Engine in the wild, pinch me. But my older brother Jason, he saw how much I love my Japanese Mega Drive, so he imported a PC Engine, and that was my first experience of it. But, I mean, obviously I own two now. I know that's not me being greedy, that's because these things, you've got to future-proof your collection, because PC Engines, just because, it's a solid, reliable piece of kit, if you see a second one at the right price, it wasn't me being greedy and showing off, it was like, I'll have that, I've got a boxed one and an unboxed one. But my next story where I officially acquired, to some degree, bear with me, a PC Engine was when we were on holiday in Boston in 1991. So obviously I had my Mega Drive at this point, and I knew of the TurboGrafx 16, and I saw one second hand. I think it was, I don't know if this is a good deal, I don't know, $60 or something. It wasn't boxed. In a second-hand, independent game store. So I bought it, got it back to the UK, got a handful of games, got it hardwired to RGB. It died a few years ago, so sad. I still have the control pad though. Brought it back to the UK, then ordered one of those Hue card converters that you plug straight into the front that just looked like open circuit board, so I could import Japanese games, and that's where my collection initially kicked off. Now, I wish I knew where that converter was, because they're like rocking horse shit and they're so expensive, but I loved it. I love my PC Engine. Then that one died. Then obviously, like I say, I acquired two PC Engines, and then I bought, just out of curiosity, because I like the idea of new, old stuff, I bought from the interwebs a boxed, brand new, factory stock PAL, version of the failed UK launch, or botched UK launch, I should say, PC Engine, which is 50 Hz, but it does run US, cards. But the majority of my games I play on my Japanese PC Engines. Now, it might surprise you, this list, because the majority of it's Sega. That won't surprise you, but it might surprise you what is in there and what isn't in there. But one more thing I like to say about why I'm loving doing these videos is, to me, not just because of nostalgia. Bold statement, I know saying this, but to me the greatest game, the days of gaming are behind us now, not in front of us. Nothing's going to surprise us and blow us out of the water like it used to. I don't think there's going to be that level of attachment to it anymore. But that's by the way. So reverse order, number 10 would be Afterburner. That's what I mean, right? That looks really, really basic, but you don't get any of that on Mega Drive. Right, so you got 2 weapons. Oh, why's the missile on that button? You got Vulcans and you got lock-on missiles. Basically, it's relentless. I think Space Harrier, but the RAF. Oh, barrel rolls. That's how you evade shit. Oh shit. I always find them a little bit tits frisky to do. Or pull off when I want. Oh shit. I do remember that you could just fly here on the Sega Master System version, and you could fly through like, oh. Can you? Like the first 5-10 stages without getting hit? Yes, I played it on the Master System. Yes, I played it on the Mega Drive. But I've always had a soft spot for the PC Engine version because it attempted something that the other versions didn't do. It actually tried to replicate, to some degree, the scaling effect, the sprite scaling effect. I know sprite scaling is too strong a descriptive term for the PC Engine because it's not. Sprite scaling is hardware based, isn't it? But the boat, when you take off the boat, it moves. When you try and dock or get your weapons replenished with the plane, it moves. None of the other versions did this. And I was always so impressed with it. I thought it was better than the Mega Drive version by far. It just was a really decent port of the arcade. It looked nice, it played nice, it sounded nice. I know it's a super linear game, but I mean, like I always say, if you grew up in my generation and saw Afterburner in the arcades, to get a version that was really punching above its weight and trying hard to replicate the arcade experience, of a game that absolutely blew me away, will always be why, this is my 10th favourite game on the PC Engine and probably one of my favourite ever ports of Afterburner. Number 9, this probably will really surprise you, and that would be Special Criminal Investigations. Oh, new game plan. Shit, bad game plan. I'm going to accelerate, and then when there's cars I need to pass, I'm just going to let it keep the same speed till I pass, and apparently that's doing absolutely nothing as well. No. You will, I like the fact, fire recklessly into the back of a car, because that's the best way to catch bad guys. Actually, it should be like that. I'd vote for that police force. I've got turbo. Double turbos recharge. Come on. 10 seconds. Look how much damage you're taking, mate. It's the same as Chase HQ, even though I've got a gun. It takes such a huge amount of damage. I'm assuming that's almost me out, isn't it, for turbos? Now, I never played this in the arcade. I played it on the Spectrum. I bought it on import a couple of years ago after I played it on my Everdrive, and it's everything that Chase HQ wasn't. I think it's safe to say that me picking this means and I've just that statement that Chase HQ hasn't made it into this list. Chase HQ got really, really good reviews on the PC Engine. I don't know why. I don't think it's a particularly good port. Personally, as I've said this many times, I think the Spectrum is a better, more playable, and the road effects, believe it or not, more impressive port. But what I like STI is, not only does it mix things up, and you have a 300ZX, which used to be one of my old school favourite cars, but it's everything Chase HQ wasn't. It was, really fun to play, really, really, really good looking PC Engine game. The road moves properly, the cars were decent size, the sprites move properly. Like I said, it was like I finally got my version of Chase HQ. And as I said, you might be surprised, but Outrun's not made it into this list. I know that might sound weird, but it's weird how my brain remembers stuff. But I was always, to me, the most impressive version that absolutely really blew me away and makes me relate to the arcade is the Master System version. So when I played it on the PC Engine, yes, it's a very impressive port, but it's not my favourite game. But yeah, SCI was what Chase HQ should have been. It was. I'm not saying they were lazy when they made Chase HQ on the PC Engine, because this is a a much later game, but it's absolutely fantastic. It looks nice. I keep saying that, but if you've not seen SCI, you know, I mean, I just showed you a clip, but look it up on YouTube. It's an absolutely fantastic game. Number 8, the New Zealand story. Oh, power up, or speed up, sorry. Right, warp. Oh, warp zone. See, oh, it's that close and I still can't get into it. Warp zone. That's what a warp zone should look like. Oh, this isn't where the warp zone took me when I was playing it on the NES. I wonder if that's an ocean thing, because obviously this is actually made by Taylor themselves, isn't it? Ooh, ray gun. Nice. New Zealand Story is a platformer in the arcades where you play as a kiwi, national bird of New Zealand, called Tiki, little cute bird wearing trainers. For years I thought this is accurately what kiwis would look like. Never mind. Yeah, now it's a platformer. All your mates get kidnapped from the zoo, and you have to go through a number of stages to get them back. But the stages are like diverse. There's tons and tons of enemy. They're all really, really cute. Brilliant, brilliant graphics. You know, like Clockwork Knights and stuff like that. There's warp zones, there's loads of secrets, there's vehicles to fly, there's big bosses to fight, and it's bullsorifically hard. Never a massive fan of Mario in the arcades, but this is one platform I absolutely fell in love with. And then the next version I played was the Sinclair ZX Spectrum version, which I absolutely loved as well. But I always wanted to play, you know, a really accurate representation of the arcade, and that's what it was. My brother had it initially on the PC Engine. I got a copy of it years later. I still have that copy. I have an original copy of it, but it is to my mind, with the exception of the music, arcade perfect. Bold statement, don't know. Love and adore it. Looks really, really nice. It's the best home port. Again, that's just my thoughts. Better than the 16-bit UK home computer versions, better than the Mega Drive, better than the Master System. Just an absolute fantastic game, and once again, a game that when I got to play at home, I was happy as a pig in shit. Great platformer, absolutely great platformer, and a fantastic version, and my 8th favourite game on the PC Engine. Now, number 7, Thunderblade. I love the fact that even though you've got all this military hardware in town, oh shit, everyone drives the same car. Right. How do you get this much hardware downtown? Do you know what I mean? At some point, people must have started to notice that there was a trickle of tanks and shit coming into their town. Alright, here we go. Now, I will concede the fact that the sort of, you know, non-vertical flying into the screen stages are superior on the Mega Drive. But I, even in the arcade, always thought they were the weakest levels. Oi. Nice. Listen to the music. I love the fact, right, that it's kicking off. It's gone batshit crazy. All this shit going off in your face. Oops, sorry about that building. And, you know, and all this military hardware's downtown, yet the music's so chilled. It's like fighting an air war in an Apache in Afghanistan while listening to Radio 4. Now this made it into the list once again not because of my connection to Thunderblade in the arcade, which is a game I absolutely love and adore. This is one of the most impressive, seriously impressive games on the PC Engine that completely nukes pretty much all the other home versions, because the Mega Drive version was crap. The Sega Master System version was brilliant and punched above its weight. The home sort of 8-bit ports did this to some degree. The Spectrum version is actually reasonably impressive. But why I love it on the PC Engine is it actually has kind of stacked sprites. It really does try and do a decent replication of the arcade, and it looks fantastic. It looks really, really nice. Both, you know, into the screen, top-down stages, they're hands down better than most other versions, but I just have an affinity for when I first played it on the PC Engine. It was like, finally I got the arcade Thunderblade at home. So that's why Thunderblade made it to my number 7. Little slew of Sega games there. Number 6, I think it's safe to say no surprises here. Number 6 would be Space Harrier. Right, come on. Oh, there we go, level 1. So this is a dragon. Oh, I love the noise it makes when he fastest fireballs. That's actually pretty impressive, I think. Oh, hang on. I wish I was playing this on a turbo pad. This is utterly destroying my thumb. Oh, hang on. it's funny because, you know, even every version of this, you kind of use the same tactics, Spectrum version, Amstrad, Commodore, you know, arcade. Just fly in a circle and hope that Lady Luck is smiling upon you. I played this on the Master System the other day. You can destroy this guy in like fucking seconds on that, but on this version, oh, it takes a proper hammering. He's not even changed colour yet because he's like colour coded to let you know sort of what damage you're inflicting upon him. There we go. Stay on the screen, that's cheating. Come on, come on. Utterly bollocks. Utterly fucking raping my thumb, so I'm shaking my hand. I give you, I mean, I love gameplays with commentary, but the funny thing is, if I shut up and play this game, I can just cream the first 5 levels. Trying to talk and play this at the same time is just a completely different ballgame. You all know Space Harrier. Harrier goes to the fantasy zone to liberate a planet from, you know, evil forces like tech, dragons and stuff like that. This has to be one of the best home ports. I mean, I love the Master System version, but it was, you know, welcome to Flickertown. I was always really disappointed that there was never a Mega Drive version, and Space Harrier 2 just didn't cut it for me. But when I first played Space Harrier, and I actually first played it on my brother's PC Engine back in the day before I got my hands on it, I was really impressed. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was like, yes, this is what the arcade looks like. You know, alright, my brain as a kid's filling in huge gaps and it's 3D effects to get up and stuff like that. But it was such a nice looking version. It really was. I mean, would the Mega Drive done a better version? I don't know, but I do remember the first time my brother let me play this, I was really impressed. I mean, I was in awe. Looks good, plays good, sounds good. Most importantly, you know, and I know I keep saying this, but it was that connection with this game in the arcades that when I got to play this for the first time, I felt like I was playing Space Harrier. So that's why there was no doubt this was going to make it into my top 10 list. But yeah, Space Harrier on the PC Engine is hands down one of the best home ports of it, and it is really arcadey in feel. Right, number 5. I think it's safe to say that this is a no-brainer, and that would be Splatterhouse. I got to play a hooky version back in that awesome arcade. I was, dude, that's fucking nasty. Get some Benylin. I mean, this house is fucking huge. There must be a chemist somewhere. Yeah, I got to play a hooky version, that awesome arcade I go on about, that was called Slaughterhouse. They also had a copy of Shinobi made by a different company. But I mean, as you can see, I can see why back in the day it kind of caused offence. Its box did have the first warning on a TurboGrafx game that said something like, this game's going to fuck your kids up, you know, because it's offensive. And cowards won't like it either because they thought that was something to be funny about, but censorship is never funny. Pay attention, David Cameron, leave the internet alone, you prick. Oh, look at that. Problem with bats is, right, you know, they're protected, so you can't do fuck all about it. Technically, I'm probably going to get fined for killing them. I mean, I love it. It's infamous, it's notorious, it's, you know, but if you actually play it, as much as I love it, you know, it's not an amazing example of the genre. Oh, hang on. Their heads come off and shit, don't they? Oh, fuck. How often can you say you hit a Homer? Someone's face. Seriously? I can't multitask. Oh, Maggot Room. I love Maggot Room. Basically, yeah, lots of the stages are just rooms. This one's full of maggots. Oh, shit. But again, you know, I can see what the warning was about, which is, oh, there's horror themes in this game. But any kid who ever went fishing, you know, on a lake, took maggots when they were still alive and put them on hooks. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of tamer. Oh, shit. Oh, double shit. Don't make me skip, I want to start on this level again. Again, that arcade in Westwood Ho, which I always have an affinity to for the amazing games, was where I first got to play Splatterhouse. Now, they used to have these hooky versions, like pirate ones. They had a pirate one of Shinobi, but they had a pirate one of Splatterhouse called Slaughterhouse. I'm pretty sure it was called Splatterhouse in Japan, but I just loved it. You know, the whole, clearly as a kid who loved horror movies, the whole Jason Voorhees inspiration, the fact that it was, you could say, you know, as crude as it looks now, quite adult in its themes with, you know, it was horror, slasher, you know, based in the religious tones. But why I love this was it didn't come out in anything, you know. It was like the holy grail. It was when do we get to play Splatterhouse? I mean, there are sequels to it on the Mega Drive, but that's not the same. Having played this in the arcade, I always wanted to play it. And once again, when I got to my hands on it on the PC Engine version, I was like, holy shit, this really is Splatterhouse. When you play it as an adult, you realise that while it is a really decent replication and does look like Splatterhouse, you know, corners were cut and stuff like that, particularly the weak area on the PC Engine. It pains me to say this, which is the sound. But Splatterhouse on the PC Engine is absolutely fantastic. And once again, it was finally getting to play this game at home. You know, the whole, like I said, Jason Voorhees ice hockey mask was just, oh, it was amazing. And, you know, when I first played it as a kid, it really did, you know, feel like a bang-on port of the arcade. Honourable mention to the TurboGrafx version, which is censored, and he's got a pink mask. That's not a terrible version, and I do have a copy of that, but you know, it would be, if you're going to play Splatterhouse on the PC Engine or even on the TurboGrafx with an adapter, you've got to play the Japanese Splatterhouse. Everything about it, even the box art, is absolutely fantastic. You know, again, when you get to play a game that you drooled over, sunk so much money to in the arcades, and you finally get it on a home system, especially when it's not on anything else, you know, that's why I love this game, and that's why, you know, it's halfway through my top 10 list. But yeah, Splatterhouse, just, it was, you know, everything when I first got my hands on it that I expected from the PC Engine, if that makes sense, you know, such a stunning little port. Anyway, number 4, Operation Wolf. Here we go. 6 mags, 5 grenades, good luck. Yeah. Tight controls, I will say that. Nice. Oh, don't shoot the nurses. Nice graphics. I tell you what, right, because I'm trying to conserve my my grenades. That's where I always go wrong. But I'm probably going to jinx myself. But the I was going to say the animals. The vehicles take a lot less sort of damage to be destroyed than they did on the Spectrum. I don't know if that means this isn't as accurate, but I'll certainly take that bone right there. Alright, hang on, look at them fucking getting absolutely ass spanked right away. Oh, that works. Dynamite, I do remember that. It's like a power effect, isn't it? Come on. It's so fucking stingy. It's like properly tight with a health, yeah. Oh, there we go, there we go. And when you get it, it does practically bollocks all. It's absolutely relentless. You know the story of Operation Wolf. Lone commando, stages, scrolling from left to right, right to left. You got a machine gun, you got rocket grenades, you've got to shoot all the bad guys, helicopters, tanks, avoid the nurses, shoot birds, you know, to release health, pick up rockets and more magazines by shooting them. What, you know, I had it on the Spectrum, I loved it. And again, it's just one of those games that I absolutely loved and adored in the arcade. And it's such a good port on the PC Engine. It looks absolutely stunning. It sounds really nice. More importantly, even though you're playing it with a cursor, because there obviously was no like gun on the PC Engine, the control, excuse me, the controls are super tight. And I played it on the Mega Drive. I played it on the Master System, but they just didn't look like the arcade. And again, that's that connection, which is I want to play a version of it that looks like the arcade. And so when I got my hands on it, you know, to play it, that's why it really didn't disappoint. And it was like, once again, I'm playing the arcade machine, all right, without a gun, all right. But, you know, absolutely fantastic. It's probably one of the best arcade conversions on the PC Engine, which is a bold statement because there are so many amazing arcade ports on the PC Engine. But yeah, Operation Wolf is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, once again, when I first got to play it on a PC Engine, you know, it all came over me and I shat my pants. Right, getting in there, number 3, no brainer, back to Sega Land, Shinobi. This is one of those games that needs a proper reboot or, you know, reimagine. Oh shit! I like my hair how it is, mate. Oh wow. Oh bollocks, I jumped into that. I love that noise, that boom, like instant fail. That's what they should do. That's what they should play when you fail your driving test. That boom. No bloke saying, I'm sorry to tell you failed your driving test. It just be boom. Oh, check out Spidey again. The noises are great. I love the crunchy effects of the PC Engine. I don't know how many continues I have on this. I know it's the like the rotating statue stage is absolute. It's, I have beaten this. I doubt I could beat it now. I beat it back in the day because I had an American TurboGrafx, but I wish I knew where this was. I had the there you go. How'd you like them apples? Here, not you. I wish I knew where it was. It's still in this house somewhere. The adapter to let you play PC Engine games because those things are properly expensive. Right. Go on then, fire. Ooh, run. Ooh. Oh, I'm totally gonna. This is. Yeah, I struggle at this. Like I said, on every version. Such good sound effects and music. Right, so you got to get it into his face. Oh, bollocks. And you got it into mine. Love Me Shinobi, as you know, I've done many videos on it, I've done comparisons of it. You know, I think the Master System version will probably be my favourite, but what I love about this one was, once again, across all the home ports, there wasn't one that looked like the arcade. Now, cuts were made, limitations were made because of the size of storage, but I think it's safe to say Shinobi on the PC Engine, again, because of my connection to the arcade, honest God, I swear I didn't just live my entire life in the arcades when I was a kid, which would be nothing wrong with that, but you look like the arcade. The sprites really do look like the arcade. You know, you can piss shuriken really fast on other home ports. You know, the music is really faithful. The controls are super tight. You got the two-tier jumping system. You got the bosses in there. It was, you know, I think it's weird and a cliche, but it's safe to say that the games that you never got, you know, our brains filled in gaps and the limitations of ports, like I say, but every now and then when you got to play a game like this that was absolutely a fantastic, bang on, really accurate and close port, there was something special about it, something absolutely fantastic. I have an original copy of this, fantastic box art once again. I will never part with this game. It's absolutely the dog's bollocks. I don't know if it came out in America. I mean, I don't know, North America, I don't know. My knowledge of the TurboGrafx, other than the one I bought, you know, obviously arguably towards the end of its life, is not great. But this is an absolute no-brainer. I play this a lot, and obviously I don't play the original version because it's fucking expensive. But number 2 would be Street Fighter 2. Right, so what am I in? I'm in Punch. Look at it, it looks absolutely... Looks amazing. Look, I'm panicking already. Shit. Kick. I don't know why I'm spelling out me. Oh shit, my dyslexia. Right, let's go to Punch again. Oh shit. Kick. It's an odd experience playing it like this. It really is. Very late game in the PC Engine's you know, life cycle. Play it on the EverDrive, but it was a game I first experienced on my Super Famicom. Then a few years later played on the Mega Drive. But it was one that, even though we were all really impressed with the PC Engine and you know, thought it was an absolute little powerhouse for an 8-bit system because of its 16-bit graphics, but it was always kind of, I don't know, it was just like an unspoken question, a spoken fact, or an elephant in the room that PC Engine could not do Street Fighter 2. They could not be further from the truth. Street Fighter 2 on the PC Engine is absolutely fantastic, one of my favourite versions. You do need the 6-button pad. You can play it reasonably well with the standard pad by like a... I've got a video on it, you'll see what I mean by switching. You use one of the run buttons and then you use one of the other buttons to change between punch and kick. You know, I don't know, but I haven't played like that for ages because I got the 6-button pad, but yeah, it looks like the arcade. It really does. It plays really fast. It's, you know, no slowdown. The music's actually pretty good for it. It is basically Street Fighter 2, and you know, similar to what I said about the previous games, but that something that should not exist, or maybe, you know, it was our brains saying, you know, there was no real reason it couldn't be pulled off, and just us being negative and our brains kind of, you know, talking it down. But when something like this, you got to play it for the first time, it was something that you always thought shouldn't exist or wasn't possible, then it was a moment of utter brilliance and and magic. And yeah, I can't explain it, why it's probably one of my favourite versions. Maybe because I like rooting for the underdog, but Street Fighter 2 is a true technical achievement of the power of the PC Engine, and you know why it will always be one of my favourite consoles. Now, I'm pretty sure no one is going to be surprised about this. My all-time favourite game, my number 1 favourite game on the PC Engine is R-Type. Look at it, it's just, oh, it's amazing. If you have a PC Engine or you have a Wii, just get this, buy this, download it. do whatever you need to do. I really didn't want to upgrade to this gun because it's a downgrade from the previous one. Although, look at that. Yeah, this game is something you need in your life, in your face. It's sexorific. I have no idea where that came from. Right, I wonder if I can do the standard thing you can always do. Trying to shoot his eye. Here we go. There we go. No, stay there. That's what we like. Clearly ripped off from Aliens. Is he dying? Oh, no, I don't know if that's working. Come on. Oh, frisky. Shit. It's going behind. Come back. Oh, close. I love pretty much all versions. I always rate talk about how much I rate the Master System version. That was my #1 game. I always talk about how much I love the Spectrum version. There are a few stinker ports out there, like the Commodore 64. Sorry, Commodore 64 kids. The original Amstrad one, the remade Amstrad one, no, that's absolutely fantastic. The 16-bit versions on the sort of Amiga Atari ST, they were nothing to write home about. It's a game I loved in the arcades. Excuse me, kind of like Splathouse with more adult themes, in the sense that it was kind of Geiger-esque, But there was, I think it was one of the first games you saw in Mean Machines and stuff like that made you realise, like, the people used it to, to show, to brag, to basically say, look at the PC Engine. It was certainly a system seller, and it was a wake-up call to, everyone else. But then, having said that, the PC Engine was far more successful. It was second only to the Famicom in Japan, wasn't it? But it came on 2 hue cards, unless you got the North American version where it had a bigger hue card. But this is the closest arcade port of R-Type. It is graphically stunning. It plays super tight. It's super bullsorifically hard. I mean, that's R-Type. It's supposed to be super bullsorifically hard, but it's, again, I say a lot, but it's true. When you fall in love with a game in the arcades, ultimate goal is, and we used to chuck this phrase around a lot back in the day, is you've always wanted to play an arcade perfect version. Is it arcade perfect? I can't answer that, 100%, but it's damn close. Like I said, it's damn close. The sprites are big and huge, all the lasers, weapons, they look like they do in the arcade. The bosses are absolutely epic and immense. And when I finally got to play this on the PC Engine, it really was like, I think I sighed. It was like, finally, welcome home, R-Type. Welcome into my house, old arcade friend. R-Type is, undeniably one of the greatest, game achievements on the PC Engine, not just graphically, but because, how faithful it is, how well it plays, how it really does feel like the arcade machine. All right, 2 hue cards, I know, but what are you going to do? So, not just because R-Type is my, pretty much my favourite shooter, but, well, favourite shooter because I loved it in the arcade, but as I said, to get to experience it in its true arcade form at home, and that was only achieved on the PC Engine, will be why R-Type on the PC Engine is my all-time favourite game on that system. Please tell me what your favourite games are, your top 10 favourite games on the PC Engine. I know not everyone, had one or a chance to play one. Obviously emulation changes that these days, but these were some of my memories of it back in the day, my connections with it, when I was a child. But it always was like the secret cool system that everyone wanted, not many people had, and when you did get it, you had kudos, you had street credibility. But yeah, that was my top 10 favourite games on the PC Engine. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.